All right, we're back. Another episode of It's That Easy. This time we're going to be talking about our college picks from last weekend. I think they went pretty good. So we'll get talking about those. So, as always, I'm with my partner in crime here. He loves to be called my partner. Big Peso Dean. What's happening, Big Peso?
What's up, partner?
How'd it go this week? How were the bets this weekend?
No, it went well. I thought I was going to run the board on my teasers. I picked 9 plays and went 8-1. So
Yeah, you
not
mentioned
terrible.
you picked one team on two of them, right? That messed you up. Who was that team?
Yeah,
Was that
that's
Cal?
nah. That's I try not to ever put a total and a side
Yeah, yeah.
for the same game, and I wasn't paying attention and did it, and that was stupid. I knew better than that, and it cost me.
It did. But was that?
But
I feel like it was Cal. It wasn't Cal that did that. It was a different team.
yeah, it was.
I can't remember which one.
I can't
I
remember
was
if it was
watching. I was
Texas.
watching it all day Saturday night. But yeah.
Yeah,
Well, cool, man.
yeah, it was a
Well,
good weekend,
yeah, it was a good weekend.
and the
So
Horns won. So
and the Horns won, just like we called it, except for the point. So let's start with that game. So here's my thoughts on this game. Let's see. We had picked Texas to cover -3.5 and go over 47.5 points. They did go over. The final score. They scored 65 points, so that
wow,
was really good. The bad part is that Vandy scored 21 points in the fourth quarter, which I actually think it was 19 points because that 2 point conversion should not have counted, which would have given me 5.5. They would have won by 5 points. We would have covered, but it didn't. So, but
I went back. I went back and looked at a little video this morning,
yeah,
and we talked about it just briefly. The way Utah State beat Vandy 4 weeks ago,
yeah, yeah,
they spread the field, they threw it all over the place, and I mean, Utah State. I mean, they're not a powerhouse, but they put up 34, 35 points
yeah,
against Vandy. And look at Texas, man. They spread them out and did the same thing. That was good to see.
yeah. And Arch was the SEC Offensive Player of the Week this week for putting a beat
Yeah,
down on Vandy. So,
did you notice, like, even on the sideline, he never took off his helmet? I think it was his uncle playing. So I don't know. I don't know.
that did look a little Eli-ish. So yeah, I'm
A
not
little
sure
bit,
about that
yeah.
one. Oh man, but that was a good game. Their Longhorns are off next week, so we got a break there.
We won't lose next week.
Yeah, we won't lose next week. So here's the next game. OU traveled to Tennessee. This was my I don't know if I called it the reach around of the week, but
Yes.
definitely was a good reach for Oklahoma to cover the 2.5 points and go over the 55.5. And actually, Oklahoma won by 9 points. Let's see, no, they won by 6 points, and yeah, the over under they scored 60 points total. So that was a
Yeah.
good game. That was a good call there.
Yeah, that was pretty good. We talked about that also about OU's defense. They were number 18 coming into this week. Um, beginning of the season they were in the top five. Just 3 weeks ago they were in the top five.
Yeah, yeah,
You, I just wonder what would have been the score if they'd have played them in 4 weeks ago.
true. Yeah,
I think Tennessee doesn't score 27. I think they scored like 14, but
yeah.
whatever.
Well, and check this out. So it was a defensive battle the first half, and Oklahoma was up by 6.
Yeah,
Then the second half, they scored a total of 34 points. That's how man.
that's
It can
crazy.
happen quick, and that's why those overs are so like you got to
Yeah,
pick the overs because points happen so fast, even a defensive team. And yeah, so they go over. So that was pretty
it's
good.
so hard to bet the unders,
It is.
because
It is.
you're just holding your breath like, oh my god, please don't.
Yeah, yeah. And one missed tackle, one
One
fumble, something.
turnover.
Yeah, one turnover, and there they go. So,
Yeah,
okay, so Ole Miss and South Carolina. Ole Miss was an 11.5 point favorite at home. The over under was 55.5. Ole Miss covered the 11.5 points. They won by 16 points. Bad part is they did not cover the over. They scored a total of 44 points. South Carolina ran out of gas. So, yeah, they dominated them, which I
yeah.
thought they
I, I,
would.
I love that game. That's another one we talked about. Head to head, the favorite has covered 5 in a row.
Yep, yep,
Now 6 in a row. I like it.
yeah. Yeah. And once again, I think we'll talk about those scores, but the spread, we've been picking those pretty good, I
Yeah.
would say. Georgia and Florida was another one that point spread was 7.5 points. The over under was 50.5. Of course, it's a defensive struggle, so they scored 44 points total, so we lost that. But here's the thing: Georgia was up by 4 with 2 minutes to go. They run a little quarterback keeper. He's got a wide open shot to the end zone, which would have put him up by 11 points.
Yeah.
Cover the spread. He kneels down at the 2. They run out the clock. There goes my money.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, man. I hate
That's how
that
it
play,
goes.
actually. I hate that play.
Yeah, me too.
But, it was in 2 weeks, the Longhorns go to Georgia to play. So should be interesting to watch those guys play.
Florida looked better than I thought they would look.
Agreed. Well, they had a chance at the end. They had that long pass that kid looks like he caught it, but they called it non-catch. And by the time you know it, Georgia just drove down, ran out the clock. So yeah, they
Yeah,
dominated them then.
we kind of hit on that also about the teams going different directions. Georgia's going up, Florida's going down.
Yep.
But I think it was one of those things for Florida where, okay, now we're playing, a top team, a top tiered team. So I'm going to show up and look good.
Yeah.
Kind of like that running back Ball. He had a great game.
He did.
So
Yeah. So that was a lose-lose, which is a bummer. Which I think if you look back at all my Georgia games, they're kind of lose-lose. So I'm not liking Georgia very much.
that was good for the teaser, though.
It was good for the teaser.
Yes, sir.
Next game, Tech was at Kansas State. I mean, I thought Kansas would cover, but Tech was the overall favorite, and they destroyed them. They scored 31 points in the second half to just blow Kansas State out of the water. They did cover the over because they scored 63 points total, but man, they blew past K-State. So
Yeah, I didn't expect Tech to show up like that. I mean, that
Yeah.
was Morton's first game back, the quarterback's first game back.
yeah,
I mean, he's having to take reps with the first stringers. The first stringers having to take reps with him. They've been playing with 2 other quarterbacks for the last, month.
yep.
Yeah, they did great.
And a lot of K-State's offense was just their quarterback running. That's
Yeah, oh, yeah.
that's when you should. When I saw that, I said, "Oh, this isn't going to go well." And in the second half, Texas Tech, like the defense showed up. They caused turnovers. I feel like they might have even scored a defensive touchdown. I mean, it was pretty rough. So
Yeah, K-State was really good about protecting the ball. I mean, up until
Yeah.
that game, they'd
Yeah,
thrown
yeah.
9 touchdowns with only 1 interception.
yep.
So,
Here was the one that I told you was in the nice part of Dallas. Miami goes to SMU, Highland Park. SMU pulls out that magic. They cover the 10.5 points. They actually won the game in overtime. And I will say this: I don't know if Miami's offense is just bad because their quarterback's bad, or the SMU defense they showed up and they turned out to be pretty good. So good for them, and they went the over.
no, they
No,
went.
sorry, they did not get the over. Oh, we picked the under because it was going to be a rough game. Yeah, and so won that one. I'm
Yep.
picking the under. So that was a good one there. I know you love that part of Dallas too. So
It's the same. I mean, Miami Gardens and Dallas, East Dallas, same trash.
the last one was U of H, West Virginia. I should cover this whole game up because it was so bad. It was so bad. West Virginia came out of the gate. I don't know how Houston was 12.5 point favorite. West Virginia came out of the gate just scoring. And Houston played catch up the whole game and they couldn't. There was like a 80-yard pick six too. I was like, oh yeah, that's not gonna work well. So they did hit the over, right? I think they scored 80 points. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was bad loss for the Houston Cougars there.
Yeah, the West Virginia nearly hit the over.
Right by themselves, yeah, they did.
We were watching that game, and all I could think of, I bet Pat McAfee's going nuts right now.
Oh, he's a West Virginia guy.
Oh yeah, can't you
yeah.
tell? Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
he's crazy.
Hey, so if you recall the last video, I told you I was going to carry over the money I won from the last bet to this
That's
one.
right.
I put it right here on Texas Vandy to go over the 46.5 points. Thank goodness they did.
Come
And
on.
that 20 points turned into $38, man.
There you go.
So in our next show about college in a couple days, we'll put that money, let it ride on the next one, because we got like six more picks to get to $10,000. So
So what are you thinking
yeah,
about this next week?
I'm gonna show you here. Here's some
Okay.
games. So here's our games I'm looking at for next week.
Oh, some good ones.
Yeah, so Texas is off, so I went ahead and said, okay, A&M's back. We'll watch them. So
Yeah.
A&M's going to Missouri. Missouri's got a hurt quarterback. That's gonna be interesting to
Yeah. Yeah.
talk about there. A&M doesn't do great. I mean, obviously they destroyed LSU, but they don't do great against the spread and that over under. You know, they're not good at hitting the over on the road, except for Notre Dame. But Auburn goes to Vandy. You know, Vandy's pissed, which they shouldn't be because they lost to a great Longhorn team. They should be respectful. Understand they that we put a
Well,
beat down on them.
that'll be interesting too.
It
Old
is.
Bobby is gonna have to ball out if he wants to get back in the Heisman talk.
Yeah. Well, in the second half he did. I think that's going to
Yeah.
carry over in this game, but we'll talk on that
Good.
one later.
Yeah.
LSU at Alabama, an LSU team that is just in turmoil there, not
Yeah.
good, and Alabama's getting better. So,
LSU's that
woo,
LSU's that turd that's just circling the bowl there. It hadn't gone down yet.
I think Alabama might have their hand on the handle.
I think so.
So here's an interesting game that I wanted to look at: BYU going to Texas Tech. This is going to decide. So Texas Tech has one loss. BYU is undefeated. If Texas Tech can win, that there'll be a three-way tie for first place in the Big 12. But if BYU can show up, you never know.
The
So
Mormons,
yeah,
they like those three ways. Ties, those three-way ties.
yeah,
Yeah.
ties. That's right. That's right. Yeah. And then the last one. So we haven't picked Indiana all season long, and I've just been seeing Indiana just destroy teams. And Penn State got destroyed by Ohio State last week. And I thought, what's more fun than put Indiana out there against a bad Penn State team that's lost like 5 games in a row? And 14 and a half point favorite, 48 and a half. 48 and a half, that's less than what Indiana scored like the last 3 games by
And
themselves. So,
and I think 48 and a half is what Penn State has scored all year. So
right, I think you're right. So, we'll pick these games. We may add a few more. You know, I think U of H plays still. So we'll
yeah,
get a local team, maybe even SMU, you know, playing in deep in the heart of Dallas there. But we're going to pick one of these games, let that money ride, put that bet. Man, I can already see that 10 grand.
I
I'm
like
trying
it,
to decide
man.
what we're going to do with it, you know, so we'll have to figure that
Yeah.
out. Yeah. So but yeah, so any closing thoughts on these games or last weekend's picks?
No, I like. It was a good week, and I like these games coming up.
Yeah, it's going to be fun this weekend. Like you said, no Longhorns, so we get to relax a little bit. But yeah, there's going to be some great games. So,
Yeah.
all right, man. Well, for Big Peso Dean, please like and subscribe to this video. Leave your comments on our old picks. Tell me how much money you won because yeah, I lost that money on that Texas Vandy. Just just the spread, the over under I won. But this one, and then we'll put our picks later this week. So we look forward to hearing from you guys. For Big Peso,
Yeah.
we're out, man. Have a good one.